So there's a lot of talk about high value men. What the heck is that? Who is he? Does he even exist? Is it even attainable? We don't know, but we'll find out today, okay? So here's the thing. Here are the 4 traits of a high value man. Are you ready? First and foremost, a high value man has goals. He is going somewhere. He has vision. And so you have to ask yourself, am I a man who has goals? And if so, what are my goals? Now, guess what? If you have goals and there's something that you're trying to achieve with your life, here's a caveat. If you actually never communicate that to her, then she's not going to know. So when you're with a woman, you can slightly throw in there like, hey, one of the things I want to do is I want to climb Mount Everest, or that's high achiever right there. But, we've got them out there in this world, or, I've really been at this level in my company and I really see myself going to this level. So these are the things that I'm doing to go there. Here's the next one. A man who does what he says. Listen, women are always paying attention to a man's character. A lot of people can spit out a lot of game. They can say a lot of things, but she wants to know, does his actions follow his words? Because when a man says something and he does something, we're like, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a high value man who actually says what he does and he does what he says. What a concept. So make sure you're doing that. You have to do some self-inventory there, right? You have to face yourself in the mirror and go, listen, am I really showing up this way? When I say I'm going to do something, do I really follow through with that? Because listen, if you're not doing that consistently, when you meet a woman and she sees that, she's going to go, this man lacks character. This guy may sit here and film me with tons of smoke, blowing smoke up my bottom, but he actually doesn't follow through on any of this. And so you know what that says to her? I can't count on him. I can't depend on him. And at some point, he's either going to lie to me or he's going to really disappoint me and let me down. Don't give her that idea. When you say something, follow through with it, do it. And guess what? You feel better about that, because the more that we live in integrity, the more confident that we feel in ourselves, because we're also communicating back to ourselves, hey, I trust you, because when you say you're going to do something, you follow through, and that builds confidence. Now, the 4th one, I'm not there yet, but the 4th one, when I share this with you, I'm going to put a different twist on this, and I'll be very curious to hear what you guys think about it. And of course, I would love to hear your feedback in the comment section as always. So the 3rd thing though, before we get to the 4th thing, the 3rd thing is a man who gives back. And that's not something that we talk about a lot, right? But to women, this really communicates a high value man. Listen, if you're out achieving and you're gaining success, in all forms of success, but you don't have a charitable spirit, you don't have a charitable heart, you're not actually giving back to anyone around you, that's kind of disappointing to a woman, because that tells her, this guy, while he may be successful, he's also very selfish. And listen, if he's selfish with everyone else in his life, guess who else he's going to be selfish with? With me. He's not going to take care of me. He's not going to care about me. Make sure that you're able to communicate that to her. Make sure you're able to let her know that that's important to you and how it's important and where in your life you actually give. Because to a woman, this is really important. She wants to know that she's with a man that's just not selfish. He's not completely myopically set on just himself, but that he realizes that there's a bigger world outside of him, and he's willing to roll up his sleeves and contribute to that world. Here's the last one, the number 4 reason that a woman goes, okay, this is a high value man. I recognize that this guy's a high value man, but I am going to take it in a different direction. A man who is a leader. And now when I say that, that may be said a lot, especially from other dating relationship experts. But here's the thing. Some of you may be watching this and you go, Arica, I don't want to be the CEO, or I don't want to be the head of this or the head of that. That's just not who I am. I understand that. And this doesn't mean that you have to be the CEO of anything. But what it does say is that you're leading somewhere in your life, because a woman always wants to be led on a journey. One thing that I can see men leading with that would really surprise a woman, really take her by storm and just go, wow, I've never seen a guy do this, is by leading with vulnerability. And you just don't see guys doing that. You see guys actually running from the hills with that. But one of the things that you can do is you can show her that you're a leader even in the context of relationships. So when things are getting awkward, that you, instead of just going, da, 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 I'm going to pretend that's not there, which most men do and which she has grown accustomed to, but not you. You're going to change the game on her. You're going to flip the switch. You're going to catch her off guard and just be like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. So when things get awkward, that you communicate that to her and go, hey, I noticed that things were feeling a little bit off, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you about that and see, is there something here that I'm missing? And is there something not going on? By initiating hard conversations, and that takes vulnerability, guess what? A woman goes, I'll be damned. I've never seen a man do this. And listen, you might be watching this and going, Arica, that's really hard for me. I would love to lead that way because I'm so tired of being told a woman wants leadership and I don't want to be a CEO. So how can I lead in the relationship? How can I help lead her in some things in her life? But you can lead her in the context of relationship. And I think that that's something we often miss and women are craving for. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if you're in a marriage. Women are deeply craving for men to lead when it comes to intimacy. And frankly, they're just tired of being in control of everything. They're like, if he could just lead somewhere, that would be a huge load off of me. So